With everything shut down, are you sitting here trying to think about what life is going to be like for the next few weeks? If so, stay tuned. I have a very quick update today where I want to invite you to join me in some free Facebook Live fitness classes. Stick around. Hey there, I'm Amy Connell. Welcome to the Graced Health Podcast. I'm a certified personal trainer who wants you to know your eating, movement, and body don't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to do what you're called to do. This podcast is for women who want simple and grace-filled ways to take care of themselves and enjoy a little chocolate in the process. Okay, take a deep breath with me. Yeah, I really did that. I know it's always awkward. I am sitting here on a Sunday afternoon, March 15th. It is 3:01 p.m. I'm hoping to get this out to you in the next half hour or so after I do the editing. We watched as a family our church have an online sermon today because, like so many churches, ours was closed down to having everybody in. And I'm in a weird space, and I think I'm probably not the only one. The only thing that seems to be refreshing to me is getting outside. I was really lucky. My younger son and I took a quick trip over to Enchanted Rock over spring break. Viruses have a hard time thriving in the outside. And so we spent hours outside a couple days in a row, just exploring and hiking. And it was so good for my soul. So good. I have spent some time outside, just taking some walks, sometimes by myself, sometimes with my husband. And I'm really realizing that outdoors is respite for me. And not only is outdoors respite for me, so is movement. You know, I know my identity is not in what I do and how I move, but it also is so much more than what I do and how I move. And I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm doing this off the cuff, by the way. When I move, and especially when I move outside, but the endorphins are going, I just feel more connected. I feel more grounded, and I just feel better about everything. Because everybody is on lockdown and we are self-quarantining so much, like so many of you, I just feel a little helpless and somewhat isolated from my people. But by the way, if you are one of my students in my class, we are still meeting. Expect something out probably before you even get this out. But, it's kind of a weird time. And I have been kind of praying about how I can serve others. Even in today's message, our pastor was talking about being a helper. So I thought, well, how can I be a helper? The one thing that I know how to do and how I can help people is help people to move. So what I'm doing is for the next 2 weeks, at a minimum, I'm going to be doing online classes over Facebook Live. So it will probably be grainy because my phone is an iPhone 7. It's not the best. Typically the sound gets off with it and it will not be perfect. I will tell you, I'm kind of gross. I sniff and I wipe my nose and just things are not great. But just like with everything else I talk about, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to move. So for the next 3 weeks on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, I'm going to be doing a 30-minute class of movement. My plan right now is to do a moderately difficult class on Mondays and Wednesdays. Again, it'll be 30 minutes. And then on Fridays, we're going to do something called mobility, which is a kind of a new term that a lot of people have not heard about. It's sort of a mixture of moving your body in different ways, of stretching, of flexibility. And I tell you what, I did this with one of my clients the other day. She was just really stressed out. She had a lot going on. And I said, I'm not going to stress your body out by making you do strength training and getting your heart up. We're just going to move it in a different way. And she texted me later and said, I feel so good. So that's what we're going to be doing on Fridays. We're going to end the week. I want to invite you to do these Facebook Lives with me on the Graced Health Facebook page, not the Grace Health podcast, but just Graced space health. If you have a hard time finding it, you can always type in the search, do the @healthy dose of grace, but it's just Graced Health, and join me at 8:30 a.m. I will show variations. I'm going to tell you right now, I've really been battling an issue with my elbow, which is one of the reasons that I hesitated to do this, because I'm somewhat limited in what I can do. But you know what? That's okay. Whatever I can do, we're going to do together. And maybe I add something in, then I just guide you to it. And maybe I don't. I mean, we all have issues, and we just work around it and we figure out what it is. So I invite you to join me. Please tell your friends about it. Again, it's obviously free. And it's just a way to kind of come together as a community, as a team, as I don't really have like words. Graced Girls is about as cheesy as it comes, so we're not calling it that. But just as a group of women, and invite your men too, but who are trying to take care of themselves as we take care of others in this really strange environment, and move our bodies. No, you may not necessarily get like super in shape or a whole lot stronger from this, but you're just going to be able to maintain. You're going to be able to feel great about moving your body and knowing that a bunch of other people did. And even if you're the only one, knowing that you and I did it together. So anyway, please join me on the Graced Health Facebook page, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the next 2 weeks at a minimum. We'll see how it goes after that at 8:30 a.m. Central. I am in Texas, so we are in the Central time zone, y'all. Okay, that is it for today. Make sure you join me. Invite your friends to join me. They don't have to listen to this podcast, but if they're just looking for a way to move, invite them. So that's it for today. Go out there and have a great day.